the people that Democrats care about the most in this country are the illegals. Watch.
The negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So right. You are right that that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
Joining us now to discuss all of this and more is Dr. Shea Bradley Farrell, the president of the Counterpoint Institute. Dr. Shea, thanks for being here tonight.
Hi, Kara. Thanks for having me.
Great. So you've written extensively about the border sellout deal. It got separated from the foreign aid portion, which was passed by the Senate yesterday, and now the Biden White House is threatening even less deportations if Republicans don't pass the rest of that border deal. But why should they, when Democrats like Chris Murphy, as we just heard, are now openly admitting they only want to help illegals, the people they care about most in their own words, over us, the American citizen?
Yeah, he actually spoke what he really thinks, didn't he, Kara? And if you had looked at that Senate border deal as I did, you would realize that the senators had no interest in actually securing the country for the American people. That Senate border deal actually would have codified into law Biden's open border policies. It would have allowed asylum abuse ongoing, and it would have made it harder for President Trump and other administrations who may get back into office in the future to actually secure our border. So the problem, I think, Kara, is actually, I read an article today in Washington Times by Cheryl Chumley, and she said that she thought for the Democrats it was hurry, 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 pass legislation that's going to continue to destroy America before Trump gets into office. And I hate to see it, but I think she's exactly right.
That she is, and isn't it funny to see as well the transformation from Democrats? For years they told us there's no border crisis. What do you mean the border is locked, it's secure? Borders are, Kamala Harris told us that, the DHS secretary told us that. No one's coming up illegally, really. You know, the problem is very small because they've got it all sealed, it's all good to go. And now all of a sudden, because we're not going along with their border sellout deal, as you're explaining, Biden now, you know, as you hear him talking now when he has his moments of lucidity, he'll say, well, the only reason why we have a border crisis is because of Trump and Trump Republicans. But I'm sitting here thinking, what do you mean a border crisis? Haven't you said for years we don't have one? So once again, they're tipping their hand, don't you think?
Yeah, he's the one actually that tore down the wall that Trump built. I was down there at the border watching after Biden came into office, the materials to build the wall being pulled away from the border. He took out Remain in Mexico that Trump had used to keep people below the border. He's to blame. He also, under the Immigration and Nationality Act, has the authority to detain, remove, or keep immigrants below the border, and he simply will not do it. But Kara, you just hit on something that is a major problem, and I'm thankful for shows like you. The Biden administration and our mainstream media don't mind lying. I mean, Biden lied last night in that press conference. He actually said that he was not to blame. He was found not to be in blame when we clearly have the report that says he willfully detained and disclosed this classified information. And the truth is, the reason that he's not being put on trial or charged is because they think he's mentally incapacitated. But we've got outlets like USA Today and other mainstream media saying he was exonerated. It's not true.
And the reason why they can keep lying like this with a straight face, bold face lies is because they know they have the entire censorship, disinformation media complex. They have it all sewn up, right? The mainstream media will say whatever they want them to say, and they'll shut down anyone who says, wait a second, it says right here in the report, and then they'll just shut us down. As you misinformation spreaders, he's been exonerated, as you said. So I think really President Trump should keep banging the drum on this one, saying, hey, how come Special Counsel Jack Smith's coming after me on the classified documents when I was president, had legal authority to do what I did, and yet they're letting Biden off the hook?